Okay, I pretty much got this part of the snake done, I think, to the depth. I might have to go a little deeper. I'm hoping I don't. I'm going to maybe have to um, just make it as good as I can because of the size of this. Actually, I found out it needs to be bigger. And this is a 1 inch. And I bought no, I didn't even bring it in. I bought an 1.25 inch one. And but I wanted to get this first. And then up on the head, I could not get comfortable with my knife um, for some reason, probably because I'm so inexperienced yet. So I took the ball end cutter and I went around and outlined it, and I'll taking it down with end cutters with the little end mills. I went and bought a whole set of them. Um, when you open, I got to get a thing. It's a block of wood and get these in there, but all different sizes and shapes and stuff. These are carbide, so they should last quite a while. Just, I guess, depends on what kind of wood and stuff that I try to gouge out, but this is what I'm going to use on a lot of my stuff. I think that, and I got my other pieces here. Let me show them to you here right away. I don't know if I showed them to you before or not, but these here are for detail, and they're quite sharp. I was kind of surprised at how sharp those little buggers are, but different sizes of those too, and they go to such fine points. They say they can you can do a lot of the eye carving and stuff with it. So we'll see. I just I'm done buying tools now. I'm going to concentrate on what I've got, and hopefully the things that I've got, which I've got quite a bit, but in all, in the tools, I doubt if I've got $50 in it. I doubt it. Maybe somewhere around $50 in all the tools that I bought. The diamond ones, the 120s, the 60s, the diamond cutoffs, the end mills, the snaggle tooth ones. I call them snaggle tooth. They're the carbide that and I can't even remember what the other ones. Oh, and these. I don't think I've got $50 into the actual little tooling. So, but anyway, I'm going to do some more up on the head here. I might as well do a little bit while you're watching. Let's see if I can keep it going here. But I want to get it down as deep as I got the other one too, so I might have to, I will have to change bits. But, like I said, I really enjoy this. And this little Dremel, it is the best thing in the world. I've had all different kinds of Dremels before for other things, not carving, but this is the handiest one I've ever had. It is so nice and small, but yet it's got a lot of power, and it's variable speed. It's just really great. You know, I'm not, they're not sponsoring me or anything. It's just that I'm stating facts again. That this is just awesome, just awesome. But I'm gonna go ahead and click off here, and I'm going to look for a different bit to get in here a little bit faster, maybe a little bit nicer. So get back to you in a bit. What I'm doing now is I'm going back through in between and making sure that it's pretty level in there. I noticed when I was going to clean up, I'm going to clean up the sides here a little bit, and then see what it's going to take for me to roll these edges over, you know, and make everything rounded. Whether I can do it with the knife, or I have to do it with a Dremel and a bit, or whatever. I'm not sure yet, but right now I'm just kind of going through and making sure that everything is level with each other. No big humps in it. I say it's this has taken me a long time, but I really don't want to goof it up with the amount of time I've already got in it. I already goofed up one snake. Didn't have so much time in that one, but it was still, you know, kind of heartbreaking that I did it. And like I said before, the only reason I'm cutting towards my thumb is because I have that stop right there, and I'm not taking big chunks out. I'm taking pretty small, thin slivers out, just to kind of keep everything flat. I'm not too much worried about what the sides look like, because most of that's going to be gone anyway when round off for the snake. But kind of want to try to make everything as even as I can. See how I'm going by guess and by gosh here. Oops, that was almost too much of a cut. But I can see, as I'm going through here, that I have left some humps. So, probably a good thing that I'm going through it. I'm sure as I get better at it, I won't have to double check things so much. But right now I'm doing what I think I need to do to make this as good as I can, put it that way. But you know, like here, I can see that this is low and this is way high, so I want to keep it as good as I can. And one thing I did, boy, this one's really, one thing I did find out earlier was, and that was on the tail, and I do a lot of the spraying with water and alcohol, but I found out that if you spray the smaller areas too much, they get so soaked with water and alcohol that they get really soft. And when they get really soft, they break off. I already did it on the tail. The tail was this long, And now it's this long, so you know, missing a chunk, but I had to cut it back down because the top snapped off. And I think it was because I had it too wet, you know, just my own fault. Live and learn, as they say. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera back off, and then I'm going to try to figure out how to get the thing rolled over. And I guess I might be too much of a perfectionist. I don't know. Just seems like things have to be just so. Okay, I think I got that pretty good. Now I'm going to see about rolling this over. And I've done a little more work at the top here, but I am really struggling with this up here because I am so, I don't know, it's just very awkward for me up here on this. So I think I'm going to let that dry. I had sprayed it with water to help me cut. But I think I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to do all Dremel work up here. Just cause. Just cause. Okay. Well, let me get back at you in a little bit. Well, I'm having trouble with the blending of the snake. I really don't think I've got it deep enough. And you know, enough body of the snake to, you know, kind of roll it. You know, it's wide here and narrow here, but if I cut much deeper into this, I'm not going to have any strength left. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I think I'm going to try to roll it over somehow. Do something to get it to roll over, but I don't know what it's going to be, but I'll keep experimenting. I just don't want to goof it up. So far it's not looking too terrible, but okay, well, I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna try to figure something out here. So catch you in a little bit. Okay, what I have come up with, I have been using all different kinds of tools, as you can see, trying to get everything rounded, and everything's pretty slow. But what I found out is that if I take the corners off of the snake with a knife, I hope I didn't have that too far out of here. Let me. It seems like it is going to help the other tools in the Dremel to smooth it out. And what I'm doing is just taking the corners off, as you can see. Just trying not to get it too deep, so it's going to be impossible to work with it, but it just seems like maybe this might be the trick. I'm hoping. I'm truly hoping. Looks like I'm going to have to sharpen my knife here. I'm into that part of the wood here that's just like a knot, or it's just like the end grain. If you're trying to cut the grain, you know, this way up here, That's exactly what it sounds like and feels like down, and even looks like. It's so shiny when you cut it, and you can see that it's almost like an end grain. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And you see the difference between that and these, and see how it works. I just want it to be halfway decent, so I'll get back to you. Okay, I am doing it that way. I'm rolling it over, and I just went through with the little Dremel and a diamond bit that's 120, and rounded them off a little bit just to see how it was going to come out. And I think I can make it pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish taking the corners off. See, that's my problem, is getting comfortable with the knife where I'm at. But I just take the corners off. And that seems to really help the diamond bit to not have to work so hard, I guess, and be able to round it down. And when I get it all round down and smoothed out, then I'm going to take a real tiny bit and I'm going to go in here and relieve that area right between the snake and the stick. I'm going to go in there with a small tiny bit, probably with something like that, and get in there and relieve that, make it look like it's rounded a little bit more. I think I'm hoping. So far I haven't made any terrible major mistakes, I don't think. Probably got some guy out there that's carved for 30 years just rolling on the floor laughing. But I've been at it for a couple months, so I'm happy. I'm happy doing my thing. Kind of sounds like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I'm happy. But one thing I can tell you is do not get frustrated. If you get frustrated, and I have a couple times, that's when you start making mistakes, big mistakes. And you say you get this stuff and you can't put the sawdust back where you got it off of, or the chip or whatever, you know. It's gone. Kind of like the broken head of my snake. You know, it snapped off so ugly that there was no way of even beginning to put it back. And I probably wouldn't have anyway, even if it broke off, or it would have been an easy glue, just because. But, like I say, I've got a lot of hours in this. If I was going to if I was looking at selling this stick, it would probably be $300. Oh, maybe more it depends on how much an hour I would think I'm worth. But anyway, it's something to laugh at. Well, and I'll show you, and this is what I've been doing. I have my mask on. And what I'm going to have to do is try to make it look like the top is as rounded as I can get it, instead of flat and then just rounded on the sides. So that might be a trick too, but I'm going to give her a try here and see what I can do. It's getting late in the afternoon. I've been on this for hours and haven't got a long ways. I've got some, but haven't got a long ways. But well, we'll see how it goes. We'll get back at you.